What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of On Deck Baseball. I'm your host, Evan Mendoza, and today's episode we're going to be talking about sacrifices. But if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the bell notifications, that way you guys are informed when I upload a video. In the game of baseball, there are so many sacrifices to be able to play at the next level, and I'm going to be going through a lot of them this episode. But to start out, I want to start with a quote that I really enjoy. It's, "Do today what others won't, so tomorrow you can do what others can't." I think that really captures the whole idea of what I'm trying to preach to you guys today. Today, with a lot of things going on in the world, you still have to be driven and focused on what you want to accomplish in this life. So if you're serious about baseball, I urge you to make those sacrifices, because I guarantee they'll pay off in the long run, but sometimes it doesn't work out, and I'm going to be hitting on that this episode as well. So sacrifices, it's really just what you're willing to give up to get what you want. Through high school and all that, I remember doing like 2-a-days workouts. One was basically mandatory with my high school, and then at night I would go to my local YMCA and work out at night to get that much better. A story about my dad would always tell me, if I'm doing what the rest of the team or my competition is doing, you're not going to get any better. You're going to slowly increase your ability along with the trend. Obviously, you don't want to increase with the trend, you want to increase above the trend. So my dad used to say, you have to do extra to get better. You can't do the same that everyone's doing, you have to do extra. He would also, one of the quotes that my dad used to say is, "It doesn't come down with the rain." Meaning, basically, you have to put in the work for it to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen magically. You have to put in the work, and that's a good life lesson that I learned young as a kid, and I've taken it into just about every day of my life so far. Another sacrifice that a lot of baseball players have to make, and a lot of athletes in general, is family. You're going to be away from your family a lot if you try playing at the next level, but also the sacrifices your family makes at a young age. To be able to play competitive baseball when you're young, you have to be traveling all around the country, sometimes the world, to play against really good competition. So I urge you, as the kid, hopefully watching, to say thank you to your family for going through all these sacrifices, traveling all over the country for you to be able to play baseball. It's a huge sacrifice that your family makes. I know my family made a huge sacrifice when I was a kid, traveling to Atlanta, Texas, Virginia, New York, everywhere, like literally everywhere, Florida. We used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to drive down to Fort Myers from Sarasota to play in a 8 a.m. start time, very early in the morning. But these are all the sacrifices my family made for me to be able to play at the next level. Obviously, once high school started, there was a lot of competitions in Fort Myers near Sarasota that I would attend, and it slowly makes it easier on your life and also your family. So when you get to college, it's still a grind. You still have to wake up early, sometimes do early lifts, running, whatever the case may be, but your family's not attached with you then. So when you get to college, there's obviously a lot of sacrifices that you can make or choose not to make. So obviously when college hits, there's a lot of influences of what to do with your time. You either party, you do all the extracurricular stuff, or you go, if you're serious about baseball and signed a scholarship with a school, you went there to play baseball and to perform at your highest level. And also for yourself, not only for your team, but for yourself. You want to perform at the highest level and develop a lot better with the rest of your team. So I urge you guys, if you go to college and play for a program, it doesn't matter if it's D1, D2, D3, JUCO, it doesn't matter. Get better when you go there. Work hard, make sacrifices that most people won't do, and it'll pay off. When I went to college, I remember hitting at anywhere from 1 a.m. or hitting at 6:30 in the morning. These were two specific times where I remember I was just like, wow, I'm really separating myself from the rest of the competition right now. And I know it was going to pay off. And it surely did. Once I got that opportunity, I made the most of it. But yeah, we had an automatic machine in our cages. It wasn't anything crazy, but it got the job done. And I liked going late at night because I knew I wasn't going to get distracted. I would just listen to music. I love music, and I would just bump out by myself at sometimes midnight, 1 o'clock, when other people were doing a lot of other things, you know? But I understood my ground. I went there to play baseball. I wanted to get better. I wanted to be the best player on the team, to separate myself. I wanted to separate myself and get better. I wanted to develop. That's why I love the game of baseball, so that's why I went to college. Obviously, I studied aerospace engineering, so I had a little bit of a brain on my shoulders, but I understood my ground. I went there to play baseball and develop my skills. The biggest test of sacrifices, I think, is high school with your family, traveling all over the place, getting yourself seen by college coaches, pro scouts, all of that. And also college, by sacrificing just so much of your time and energy to perform at the highest level. You want to get better, so you have to put in the work. But true sacrifice comes in minor league, professional baseball. There's a lot of times where you're away from your family and you're playing just about every single day. You're putting your body through the toughest schedule of all pro sports, I believe, and playing every single day just about for 5-6 months. It is incredibly hard to play that many games. A lot of people don't understand the grind. You hear it all the time, but until you actually do it, you don't understand how hard it is to play every single day. Yes, it is a game and it is to play and have fun, but over the course of a long season, your body starts to wear down and really turn off because it is very, very tired. So now I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent of what's happening in the real world right now. There's obviously a bunch of protests that's happening in Minnesota and all over the entire country because a lot of people are upset. Another thing that's happening, obviously, is the coronavirus, which has been happening for a while, but it's definitely been put on the back burner with all these protests that are happening. The last thing that's happening is minor league baseball is very highly into question on what's happening this year. And a lot of people are being ripped away from their dream. This morning I woke up to a text saying that a lot of big league teams are cutting a ton of their minor leaguers. Once I found that out, I saw a post of exactly who was cut from all teams, and seeing your buddies that you enjoy playing the game, that you love, getting cut away from their dream, mostly because of a virus, really stinks. It's not fun by any means. These guys have put in the work their entire life for probably 15 years. Let's say they started playing baseball when they're 8 years old. For probably 15 years, they've been solely focusing on baseball and getting better, and they were better than the competition. But all because of a virus and because of all this is happening, they're being ripped away from their dream of playing in the big leagues. Yeah, they got to play professional baseball and minor league baseball. Not a lot of people get to do that, but the opportunity to prove themselves this year has been kind of taken away. There's been a lot of controversy on if the minor league season will even happen, but also if the big league season will even happen. There's a lot of negotiations that are happening that I honestly do not understand, so that's why I don't really comment on it, because I don't understand. I just want to play baseball again and get back on that field. Yeah, but this drives a little bit of a fire underneath me to work even harder. There are so many people that have been unlucky through these tough times and getting ripped away from their dreams. So this tells me I need to work incredibly hard to get better, make sure I'm separating myself from the rest of the competition, and I just need to want it more right now. So that's what I'm going to urge you guys, to want it more than your competition. The sacrifice and the desire to play baseball at the next level doesn't just happen, and it's definitely not just a thought in your mind. A guy that I really like to listen to is Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk. He's an inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, all that stuff. He's really big on social media. But one of the things that I love to read or see him say is, you can't read about doing push-ups. You can't read about doing push-ups. Think about that. You have to do them. You have to take action. So you can't just have the desire to be better than the competition. You actually have to act on it, and you have to be better than the competition. You have to put in the work. So action is huge, and that desire, the sacrifices that you make, they're all tied together. So that's what this episode was about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, turn on the notifications. You guys are going to be getting some inside look on professional baseball drills. The people that have been following me understand the knowledge that I'm bringing to the table right now for young baseball players that are looking to improve their game. So, like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe, follow my TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, and you will be amazed with the information that I'm putting out there for you guys. Alright, well, that wraps up today's episode. Thanks for joining in. Everyone stay safe out there with what's going on in the world, and take care.